the final thing that we would do is we take them to the hotel room, because remember, they were selling pussyiality. And the whole thing to selling pussyiality is to put a carrot on a stick. You make a trick think that he's going to get something that he never get. So look at a trick like a slot machine, right? So a slot machine, if you put money in a slot machine, you slowly put a slot. And I say, hey, Matthew, let me get that machine. Hell no.
You think you're that much closer to the
No, I'm finna hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
So, that's how tricks feel. They like slot machines. They wait to get the coochie. The coochie is the jackpot. Because the casino is the only place in the world, that you can go in there with a major credit card and you can get $20,000, $30,000 as long as you pay them their little fee, 10%, 20%, whatever. And that's where a woman got to be extremely seasoned in the casino, because now she got to tell him, we're going to win $30,000 off this money. I'm going to get all the money that you spent back. That's what she's telling him. Because if you know how, if a hoe know how to run a trick up, she got the game. He's going to be extremely successful. So when them women are doing what they're doing at that scale, you're actually teaching them how to survive. You're limiting their exposure to murder, to diseases, to everything. Any pimp that's out there that's a real pimp that prefer his woman to do the hard shit out there on the track and turn dates all day, as opposed to the game that I'm giving him, but that I would have gave him at a young age. He's a goddamn fool. So my thing was, how do I teach these women how to get money with limited exposure, with that less danger? And that's what it was.
His tactic was to teach these women how to get money unfairly. His tactic was to teach the women how to get money from the clients, because the word trick is a derogatory word, just like they don't like to get. You notice he's not calling them the derogatory word prostitute, but he can call a trick or the client the derogatory word trick. You see why people can't stand pimps? It's like respect goes both ways, partner. And he's a well-known pimp. Shout out to Pimpin Ken, but he's just proving a stereotype, He's a well-known guy, real famous, know a lot of stars, and he's by right. He done became a celebrity. He done became a celebrity himself. But I'm glad he's doing interviews. I'm glad people like him is not hiding in the shadows anymore and are actually speaking on the lifestyle, on the game. Because the more they speak, the more they prove people right. His way of pimping is not all pimps' ways of pimping. Some pimps play the game fair, like Bishop Don Juan. He played the game fair. The Bishop Don Juan always said that's why he never had any problems, any trouble, because he played the game fair. This tactic he's talking about, and you could actually see women do this tactic. It's like through text messages or on the phone. However, even in person, when you meet them, they'll give you one price. But then, when they get you to the room or wherever the place to be, room, the in-call, out-call, car date, Then they start hiking the price up. They start going up and up on the price. Oh, you want this? Oh, it's gonna be that. Oh, you want that? It's gonna be that. Oh yeah. Then, they do the stupid quick visit thing. Quick visit's supposed to be 15. That they give you 10. Oh, that's it. Oh, you want more time? That's gonna be so and so, so and so. You didn't even go your full 15. But you just upcharging and upcharging and upcharging and upcharging. And if the guy really wants it real bad, and usually when a guy is in the mood, all the oxygen leaves out of men's head once they're in a mood like that. And they give and give and give and give more money. Which is playing the game unfair, man. What he taught, the way he taught, yeah, you got money, but you didn't get money fairly, man. The game is cool, but it's fair. It's supposed to be fair. And he's basically saying he didn't play fair, and he didn't teach his girls to play fair.
They were selling pussyiality. And the whole thing to selling pussyiality is to put a carrot on a stick. You make a trick think that he gonna get something that he never get. I said, look at a trick like a slot machine, right? So a slot machine, if you put money in a slot machine, you study put a slot. And I said, hey, Matthew, let me get that machine. Hell no.
You think you're that much closer to the
No, I'm finna hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
So, that's how chicks feel. They like slot machines. They waiting to get the coochie. The coochie is the jackpot. Because the casino is the only place in the world.
Let me stop right there. First of all, it's not all clients is like that. I'm not going to use the derogatory word that he used, the disrespectful word that he used. All clients aren't like that. Some clients is the jackpot is not the coochie. So what he should have said is some or most. Because for some clients, the jackpot is companionship. Some guys is not doing it just for the coochie. Some guys are doing it because they are just lonely and want to be in the presence of a beautiful woman. Not really for the coochie. Some guys are doing it because this way is easier than a relationship for them. Some guys are doing it because they don't want to deal with the headaches and heartaches of being in a relationship. But not necessarily for the coochie. The coochie is just the icing on the cake. But that's to some guys, not all guys, but to some guys, the coochie is not the end-all be-all. That's not the carrot. So he said, you're dangling this carrot in front. That's not for all clients. It's just for some of them. I don't know. But you got to realize, every pimp is different. Everybody didn't run a ship the same way. He was telling me how he ran his ship.
But you can go in there with a major credit card and you can get $20,000, $30,000 as long as you pay them their little fee, 10%, 20%, whatever.
And it don't necessarily mean the way he ran his ship is the best way, or it's the only way, or it's the right way. He's just saying how he ran his business.
And that's where a woman got to be extremely seasoned in the casino, because now she got to tell him, we're going to win $30,000 off this money. I'm going to get all the money that you spent back. That's what she's telling him. Because if you know how, if a hoe know how to run a trick up, she got the game. He's going to be extremely successful.
And those guys can't stand women that does that, because there are women that do that, and they can't. It's very rare that those women get to keep a regular doing that. He's not telling that part. Yeah, they get to run up a bag off of one trick, but how many of those women kept a regular doing that foolishness and nonsense that he taught them to do?
So when no women are doing what they're doing at that scale, you're actually teaching them how to survive. You're limiting their exposure to murder, to diseases, to everything. Any pimp that's out there that's a real pimp that prefer his woman to do the hard shit out there on the track and turn date.
It's not the hard shit, it's the fair shit.
It's all day. As opposed
It's the right shit, the right way to do things, man. You taught them how to do it the wrong way. And here's my thing where I would ask Pimpin' Ken or tell Pimpin' Ken or request for Pimpin' Ken, all those girls you taught to do it this way, show them a Where Are They Now program of showing where are they now. You taught them to do it this way, this unfair way. Show where are they now. We see where you are now. There's nobody, no woman in history have never ever got rich off. But there are men, pimps, that have gotten rich off of it. So following your program, your way of doing it, you should have a rich one that have gotten rich. Pimpin' Ken, please show one that has ever gotten rich off the game, rich off the lifestyle. Where are they now? Now that they're in their 30s and 40s and 50s on up, show them where did your game put them at right now. Not then, now. Show them how far they got in life with this game. We see how far you have gotten because you are pretty still financially set, very famous, still get money, you get paid for this interview, this and that, the third. You're still doing well. But I'm not talking about you. The game is built off the back of these women. So you talking about the game and what you taught them how to do it, how to run a bag and trick this and run off of that. Show where are they now. Where are they now? Show the reality look of once you make 30, 40, 50, 60 years old after doing this type of foolishness and nonsense with your life. Where will you be? Show that, Pimpin' Ken.
the game that I'm giving him, but that I would have gave him at a young age, he's a goddamn fool. No, so
Hey, Pimpin' Tigers, man. I would love to sit down with him on my podcast, No Judge Zone, New Orleans Street Interviews, and speak with him and hold a conversation and do an interview just like this guy is doing. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. Because it would be a great conversation. It's going to be a great conversation. It's going to be a great conversation. And I think guys like this who sit down with him kind of, I don't want to say scared of him, because pimps still have street power, but they don't really want to upset the guests because it's good for views, likes, comments, all that is good for the algorithm, so they don't want to upset the guests, so the guests wouldn't want to come back again and again and again and again. So they interview them and they're polite. They're not really doing what they call a hardball interview. They're doing softball type of interviews. So they can always have that relationship where that person keeps coming back again and again and again and again. And hey, they cool off camera and this and that and the third, and that's always good for their business. But if you kind of really go in on them, you kind of lose that friendship relationship, business relationship, and it can be kind of bad for the success of the channel. But the more you keep them coming, keep the guests coming back again and again and again, it's good for the success of the podcast channel. But that's why they're having softball type of interview. So you go on 60 Minutes or any a program like that, they're not about to give you a softball interview like this. You know, a kiss up interview like this. And I want to talk to dude. I want to talk to all the real OGs, original pimps in the game. I want to talk to him, dog. I've seen Mark himself White on the Belly talk to him. Come sit down with 304's Sweet Daddy from No Judge Zone New Orleans Street Interviews and talk to me on my podcast, on my street interviews. And I think this would be a humdinger. It's going to be like Oprah and Ayana Van Zandt when they finally had their interview after years of not speaking. If y'all remember that when Oprah had our show. Yeah.
Thing was, you know, how do I teach these women how to get money with limited exposure, with that less danger? And that's what it was.
You didn't teach them how to get money without less danger. You teach them how to get money the unfair way. And what I don't mean it was less danger. If anything, it was more danger. Man, look. Y'all get down in the comments. Smash the like button. Tell me no, because pimps just get under my skin. I love the lifestyle, but I don't like this aspect of the lifestyle. You know, I think the lifestyle should be legal, but I don't think this part of it should be legal. This pimping thing, trafficking thing. Look, smash the like button. Get down in the comments. Tell me what you feel, what you think about me, what you think about what he says. Share, comment, and subscribe to No Judge Zone New Orleans Street Interviews. Get down in the comments. Tell me how y'all feel about this. This is 304's Sweet Daddy, and I'm out. I'm gone. Like, whoa.